The NFL season is in full swing, and let's be honest, one of the most fun parts of the NFL season is betting on and then cashing anytime touchdown props. But instead of tailing your gut, your friends, or Twitter picks, I'm going to show you a simple process to find the best value for any NFL touchdown prop. For example, one player to score a touchdown might have plus 165 odds on one book and plus 185 odds on another. If you're not seeing those edges and pairing that with advanced data, you're burning ROI. Here's how to do it properly. Outlier is an all-in-one betting tool that provides player prop and game line data, along with advanced features like positive expected value, so you can do your own research. I'm Eric from BetSmart, and I've tested over 30 different sports betting tools. My goal is not to give you hot picks, it's to provide you with a repeatable blueprint that you can use every NFL game day to make better bets in under 10 minutes. Hit that subscribe button to become a sharper bettor, and let's dive in. Outlier has two core features that make touchdown betting easier: advanced player prop and game line research, as well as positive expected value functionality. Think of it as a pipeline. Step 1, find games with touchdown potential. Step 2, shortlist player by roles, usage, and injury opportunity. And step 3, confirm with a positive expected value market scanning filter. I always start my NFL touchdown research by looking at Outlier's game line tab. The NFL has highly efficient markets for game lines like spreads and totals, and games with higher totals means that the market is expecting there to be more scoring in those games. That being said, while those games are great targets, games with lower totals are also good targets because since the market is expecting there to be fewer points scored in the game, there's going to be better odds on players to end up scoring a touchdown. After I get a holistic look at the market using Outlier's game line tab, now I head over to the player prop tab. I have it filtered by touchdowns, overs, and I'm focusing on this Miami at Buffalo game because there's a total of 49.5, meaning points are expected to be scored. Let's look at some of the data that Outlier has for player prop research. First and foremost, they have past data for how the player performed this current season as well as last year, so you can see what this player has done. Also, they have advanced data, for example, for touchdowns. That's very important, for target information, red zone targets, of course, that's within the 20-yard line. That's very important for scoring touchdowns. Rush attempts, in this case, James Cook being a running back, very important, as well as red zone rush attempts to see how much of a rush share percentage a player has when they're within the 20-yard line. But also just as importantly, Outlier stats on the opposing team, like for example, how opposing running backs have done against Miami, their odds, and whether or not they hit their touchdown odds, a matchup summary, offensive and defensive team rankings that you can switch between, strength of schedule, and just as importantly as well, key Miami touchdown defense against position as well as overall, so you can see how they do against running backs. Then you can also check on injuries to see if there's anything that might make your play more inclined to score a touchdown or make your player have fewer opportunities because maybe somebody is coming back from an injury. That was just one example of one player in one particular game, but that's the exact process I start out with using Outlier, going through every single game on every NFL game day. If a player has a great matchup against their team, that's a green flag, and I'll shortlist that player. With that being said, that's not the full picture. After I make my shortlist, I then move on to step 3, which is EV calculations. Now that I have my shortlist, I head on over to Outlier's positive expected value tool to find bets that are worth making. Now I head on over to Outlier's positive EV filter tool. I've created my own positive EV filter. I can make another video at a later time breaking down what filters are the best for what markets. This is the filter I created, and these are the results that I have. Now, based off the shortlist that I made earlier, I'm seeing a player for anytime touchdowns that I shortlisted that I now want to bet on because there's positive expected value. Based on the market, Devon Achane is one of the best bets to make for an anytime touchdown. DVIG to penny, using multiple different DVIG methods, you see the expected value on Devon Achane to score a touchdown. If you stick to your checklist and your EV filter over a season, you'll be making smarter bets than 90% of the market. When in doubt, trust the positive expected value data. If the market is saying a prop has value, it means it's the side with a long-term winning edge. And lastly, Outlier makes it so easy with one-click integration to pull up the bet at the sportsbook that has the best odds available, so you can make a positive expected value bet that's supposed to win in the long run. While Outlier makes the process of finding positive expected value touchdown bets easy and profitable, there are still some things to consider when betting on anytime touchdowns. For starters, touchdown props are high variance. Linemen will score. Backup tight end steal looks. Backup running backs sometimes get goal line carries. That's the game, and that's worth considering. So, here are a few mistakes to avoid. For starters, don't chase news spikes without rechecking the price. Do not ignore the best line. Price rules everything. A price will always beat a hunch. Also, don't overfit to 2 or 3 game sample sizes. Just because a player has a high hit rate does not mean that that is likely to continue happening in the future. Last but not least, trust the EV data. When in doubt, the EV data is the market telling you that a prop has value, and that's the side with a long-term mathematical edge, and that's the side you want to be on. So stick to your checklist and EV filters, and over the course of the season, you'll be making smarter bets than 90% of the market. Stop guessing, trusting your gut, or blindly tailing other picks you see from other people or your friends. Use Outlier to build a process like looking at the total, looking at important player prop metrics, and then using the market to dictate the bets that you make. Outlier gives you everything in one place. If you want to try it for free, click the link in the description. Have you used Outlier? Comment below. If you want my quick TD research checklist, drop TD in the comments and I'll share it. I'm Eric from BetSmart, and for more betting tool review and guides, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching, and good luck betting on touchdowns this season.